Hi, my name is Erin Woodward. I'm the founder of The Gloss. I started the book club in 2008 in London, England, after I moved to London after a whirlwind romance with an Englishman in Africa. You can ask me about that sometime. And I realized that I didn't have any friends about a year into my stay in London. And I had left Toronto, where I had won the friend lottery. I had so many friends that had resided in Toronto after graduating from university. So I really felt it in London when there was nobody to shop with, there was nobody to go to brunch with, there was nobody to do all the fun things that I had done in Toronto. So I thought to myself, I'm very industrious. I thought to myself, all right, I will solve this problem. How can I do that? And for a very short stint in Toronto, I had a book club. It should have been called a wine club because nobody read the book but me. And we met up and we would drink copious amounts of wine. It was usually on a Thursday evening, and really just talk about our lives and connect over, not the book, connect over all the different things that were at play in our lives at that time. So when I got to London, I thought, you know what, this would be amazing. Imagine I started a book club and the women actually read the book. And then we could connect over the plots, the themes. I've read my entire life. So I logged onto a third-party website and I listed the book club. And at that time it was called the Girly Book Club because I had a boyfriend and I was looking for female friendship. And I remember logging on and listing it all and getting really excited and then promptly forgetting about it all. And a week later I came back and remembered that I'd done this, and I logged on and I was like, awestruck that like 100 women had joined this book club. And a part of me was like, okay, hold on, I'm just looking for 8 friends. Who are these 100 people? And then part of me was like, oh, like this is an issue. Like there's 100 women out there that are looking for exactly what I'm looking for, and they all live in London. I mean, that was just the tip of the iceberg, really. But from that day, I understood that I couldn't ever close the door. I'd always had to be about big book clubs. Because if there was somebody out there that was feeling the way that I was feeling, then I wanted to offer them the same thing that I needed, and that was like the community that the book club built. So our first meeting, we had 23 women join us. I remember it was in Soho, and we were reading Change of Heart by Jodi Picoult. And like, I was amazed. I remember like walking in and I was so nervous, and I hadn't had quite as much experience public speaking at that time. But 23 women showed up and I was amazed, and they had all read the book. And the book really was that olive branch that allowed these people to like walk through that door and not be afraid, because even if they sat beside somebody who they had absolutely nothing in common with, at least they had both read the book. So whether they talked about the themes, or whether they talked about the author, or whether they talked about the characters or the plot, it didn't matter, because there was something of substance to discuss. And even if they weren't going to be friends after, or they were never going to see each other again, it created an environment that felt safe. And it grew and it grew and it grew. The women of London left London eventually. Not all of them, but they went on to build their own communities, their own Gloss book clubs in their own cities. So goodness me, 17 years later, we have 150 chapters across 15 countries, and we all read the same book at the same time. And the women of the Gloss, the hosts of the Gloss, have started chapters in their communities, and it really, really works anywhere. It works in small rural communities like Brock Township, which is a really tiny community in Southern Ontario. And it works in Cincinnati, and it works in Melbourne, Australia, and it works in Denver, Colorado, and then it works in Lindsay, Ontario, which again, a very small community, but it's about community. It's not about how big the city is or how many people there are in that town, because you just are looking for the right people, and there's always the right people. So each month we actually vote on the book, and it's a global vote. There's a short list, which is decided on by the Gloss. We talk to the publishers, we look at accessibility, we look at the cost of the book, that it's available in libraries, and we change genre every month. So one month we may read memoirs, one month we may read psychological thriller, another month we'll read historical fiction or contemporary fiction, and then the global vote is held. And whichever book wins the vote is the book that we read. It gives everybody a little bit of say into what we do, a democracy, if you will. And the book is important because, as I said before, it's really the ammunition to walk into a room where you perceive that everybody knows each other. And although that is very unlikely true, there's almost always new people at a meeting, you don't know that. And walking into a room full of people that know each other is really intimidating. So the book club acts as the olive branch to start those conversations and to start those deeper connections and deeper friendships, really. And it's funny because sometimes you'll be sitting beside somebody and you might know their name, you might not, but you know what they feel about corporal punishment, or you know what they feel about just really deep themes that have arisen in your conversations due to the book. I started the Gloss 17 years ago, and it has been a wild ride. I moved to New York, I moved to Canada, back home when my dad got sick, and then my mom got sick. My mom lives with Parkinson's disease. She lives with us, and I have 2 small children, 4 and 6. And I have to say, I can attribute the Gloss to the success of my life, really, because I've been able to be there not only for my parents, but for my children as well. And I've been able to choose the flexibility and the timetable that works for our family. And I think at the end of the day, family, community, that's what it's all about. So I'm ever so thankful that first meeting in London happened so long ago and that it will be my life story.